Hello everyone, happy Labor Day. I hope you guys have had a great end of the summer celebration, everything like that. I have this up for multiple reasons. It's a great day to spend with friends and family. I also have a 20% off sale going on for my daily watch list right now, and you simply use that code LABOR, very easy. And also Trade Ideas also has a sale going on for 25% off with Alpha Day. So if we go ahead and we head on over, you can see really easy. I did a new blog post too, talking about sort of insider trading, basically trading with the dark pool, which is really cool, with Stephanie Cameron. So definitely check that out. Right here is the watch list if you guys are interested. Let's go ahead and get into the analysis for the week. The watch list rocked. We had Sig this week. You can probably see my lines already, right? So we had Sig breaking out 63.56. Look at that, broke out and ran all the way up to a high of 71. We also had Lulu on Friday that was on the list for breaking out right there, 153. How high did it go? It went to 159.79. That's $6 of potential profit. So definitely check out the sale, because the stocks are 10 stocks that are pretty much going to be volatile that day. Whether the market decides to go long or short, there's I'd say the momentum that I have them for is the long or the short. However, the market can easily flip the direction, and you can see that as the market opens. Pretty much after the first 15 minutes, you can tell the direction of the stock for the day. So here we have the SPY, so we'll back it out a little bit here. We do have, it's the first day that it's really closing this past week, close to the 4 exponential moving average, and there was a massive dark pool print of 7 million shares at 289.82. So that's a big level to watch. We're going to see whether that bounces above or it's going to drop below. But, that's one of the things that if you don't check out the app or Stephanie's trading room Java Pit, it's really, really cool, because you can see all of this dark pool information. And living in Canada, I don't always have access to all of that. So it's definitely a tool that I'm really enjoying. And it's kind of like having the insider information, because you can see where the big money is going. Not necessarily the direction, but once you see what the stock does, you can determine, okay, well, they were looking to sell it off, like with Baba. Baba right here, there was a massive print at 185, and it dropped all the way down to 171.91. That happened pre-market, so you could pretty much tell that something was going to happen. It's not guaranteed, but okay, well, if that starts to drop below that price, then there's a pretty good likelihood that those people are trying to short it or sell it off. And then, boom, massive drop. However, they had incredible earnings, so you would think, oh, this one's going to for sure run up. And there were a lot of people probably buying it as a long, while others were selling it off. Okay, back to the SPY analysis, like I said. So I think right now, really, if we go below this 288.85, in my opinion, then we're going to really be more of a downward trend back down to this upward trend line here that we'll bounce off of. So keep it on watch, breaking down of this former level, 289.30 or 289.40, watching for break of those two levels, and even the 8 EMA of 289. So watching for break of 289 to the downside to confirm that we're going to really go back down and test this trend. Otherwise, I would say a break up of the high of this day of 290.81 or 291 to the upside for potential long. But I feel like we're kind of in limbo right here, because we had 3 upward trending candles, and now we're downward trending. So we need to see if it's going to continue on down and touch this upward trending line, or whether it's just going to sort of bounce off the exponential moving average here and continue run up. Getting into the longs for the week. As you guys know, I used to have my Series 7. I no longer have it, but I do have my analysis of the stock. So please make sure that you trade with your own due diligence, your own risk management. Also, in the comments below, I had some people request that I do some videos, sort of like a teaching program of videos to learn from. So if you're brand new to stocks and you have something that you would like an explanation of, I would be happy to put it together. I'm thinking about doing a whole bunch of them for people to learn from, because there are a lot of people that have been requesting that from me. So I'm asking you guys, shoot it over to me what you would like to learn about, and I'll be happy to do it for you. Getting into the longs for the week, the first one, SSTI. So we'll bring it to our 15-minute chart for support of 56.43, resistance of 57.13, and this one does have 5.5 million in the float. You can see it is breaking out all-time high. I do love to see that for the lifetime highs. You know, anytime that you have a break of a trend or a resistance line, it's really going to create movement as long as there's volume. So I would look for this to break out, like I said, above 57.15, the high of the year. It had 49.37% short float volume on Friday. Scvl, Shoe Carnival, same scenario. This is just a random line, just ignore it. And it was all-time high of 45, so I would put 45 for the resistance and 44.21 for the support from our 15-minute chart right here. It looks like that would be good, nice support for it. It broke that out earlier from, let's see, this is Wednesday, where it spiked up, pulled back, ran up, and broke it, and sort of came back and settled there, and it looks like it could potentially bounce or pull down from there. So on the long list for now, 10.41 million in the float and 26.63% short float volume on Friday. We also have CONN. Oh, I got to give a shout out to my hubby. What do you think of the nice pendant he made for me? It's my Airplane Jane logo, and it has a little diamond right there. It was my anniversary gift slash birthday gift. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so we'll go to CONN, cons. You can see back here, this was a former resistance and support level. Broke it, and look at that. It's run from 37.30 up to a high of 43.50 after hours on Friday. So I put 43.50 as the resistance, support of 41.35, and on the yearly chart, again, 52-week breakout, year breakout, all-time breakout as well, I believe. No, just the year breakout. It actually has a high here of 43.95. So I would look for that as the next level above 43.50 for resistance, and then potentially over here as well, 46.60. So 44, and then 46.60, then above that up to 50.80. So it does have 16.1 million in the float, 58.58% short float volume on Friday. Next we have Stis, which is SeaWorld Entertainment. So you can see this is the weekly chart for 5 years. So it's breaking out on the year, not on overall for the lifetime. It looks like the next level up here would be 29.74. But for the 15-minute chart, we do have a support of 29.27 and resistance of 29.44. Looks like it pulled back a little bit end of day. However, I would look for potential upward confirmation, upward trend you can see here that is going nicely. Then the final one for the long list, RGR, Sturm, Ruger and Company. So a resistance of 65.90 and a support of 65.30. So we look at it on the yearly chart. We are breaking out. We just broke out from this level here, 64.55. Continued up on Friday for a nice run up. And on the 5-year chart, looks like our next level to really watch above this would be 69. If it does break that, then we would run up to 70.20 and then continue on potentially up to $74. So keep that one on watch. It does have 16.8 million in the float and 40.49% short float volume on Friday. For the short list, Vodafone. So Vodafone on our 15-minute chart, a support of 21.51, resistance of 21.67. When we back it out on the yearly chart, you can see before it had a support and resistance line here for potential short. Sure enough, it broke it down, tested that support level, it flipped to be a resistance, and then it pulled back down all the way down here to new 52-week lows. So keep this one on watch. You guys can easily see how that stuff does flip around on both sides, where the support can become resistance and vice versa. The resistance can become support. All right. Next, we have Vodafone has 2.6 million in the float. TEF, Telefonica. So on our 15-minute chart, you can see on the daily it's hitting new 52-week lows. We have a support of 807 and a resistance of 813. And for the year, 52-week lows. Whoop, I really messed up the chart there. And on the 5-year chart, you can see we've broken the 5-year low. I don't know if it's an all-time low for the stock. Actually, let's check it out. No, it looks like below this, it looks like the low that we would look for potential bounce would be 675. So we do have about $1.30 move if we break that 807 mark. So put it on watch. It could easily drop down further, you know, depending on the number of shares that you would want to take on that one. This one does have 5.1 billion in the float. Next for the short list, we do have TECD. Pull it back to our 15-minute chart with a support of 71.73 and resistance of 73.40. It did hit a new 52-week low on Friday. So for the year, obviously, you're going to see that it's down at the low of the year. We had 2 massive days down after earnings. I typically will look for 3 days down and then potentially consolidation and further determination of the move. So it could potentially have another move down if we break that 71.73 level and then consolidation area. So look for it. It has 37.7 million in the float, so it could be a little bit more volatile if it does have movement that breaks the support or resistance either way. And on the year, we're already on the yearly chart. Let's look back at the 5-year and check it out. Yeah, it looks like it might be pulling down to that 68 level before it finds a support area. And they do have 37.7, I already said that. Next, we have Big Lots. So Big Lots, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General all reported this week. Big Lots had a massive drop down pre-market, ran up, and then sort of consolidated between this area here of $43 to $43.75. So I would look for a support break of $42.97 or a resistance break of $43.75. It did have massive, massive volume on Friday. It's not listed here because a holiday. So I would look, you know, for this to potentially continue on down. If it does break that level, we're looking at 41 down to the 40 area. It could easily head down there with a second day continuation sell-off. It did have, like I said, that consolidation area, so just put on watch. It does have 39 million in the float. And we have PBI, Pitney Bowes. So we've got a support of 705 and resistance of 729. Again, 52-week low here. You can see we're slowly, we sort of consolidated, boom, broke this consolidation level, whew, 4 down days. And the volume is picking up, so more people are selling it off. So is it going to really find a bottom right here since we do have an upward day, or is this just people closing out before the weekend? Many times you will see that with some shorts that they will close out before the weekend and then reopen a position on Monday. So sometimes you'll have an upward motion and then it drops back down on Monday or Tuesday in this case. They do have 186 million in the float. Looking at the 5-year chart, you can see we're hitting a low, and all time, it hasn't been this low since, wow, since the 90s. And the low here, this is a monthly chart, is 659. So if we do break that 7 level, look for 660, and then if it breaks down below 660, looks like maybe we'll be heading down to the $6 range, if not further. All right, guys, I also have a couple long-term picks here. Scan source, we'll go to our 1-year chart. You can see had massive drop on earnings and it's been curling back up. However, I think that it might pull back down just a little bit, sort of consolidate and then run up. But I would look for a, if you were to enter now, a stop of the 37.50 area. But I would look for it maybe to pull back just a little bit to maybe 39 before getting in and then continue on up. We also have INNT that I think could be a potential curl here. It did run up on Friday, broke this resistance level that I'd already had before, 654. So potential entry of this red mark, 610, I would say. And then if it holds 610 with a support, potential exit, mental stop area right here around $4.95, $5. So giving that a $1 move. And Scvl as well. Massive move on Friday. Hit a 52-week low, massive selling volume. The selling volume increased. Then it dropped off and we had people that were buying on Friday. So I would look for it to hold, this 20 level. If it can hold this 20 level, then I would consider that a good potential long with a potential stop of the 1850 range. As always, guys, I hope you like my content. Please like and subscribe. If you have any ideas that you would like to see in upcoming educational videos, please shoot them on over in the comments below or at carpeprofit@gmail.com. Hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend. And don't forget, check out the watch list at CJ and Trade. Carpe Profit, guys.